Well, a group of British lawmakers are pushing for a bill to prevent a no Brexit deal as the deadline to leave the European Union is now 10 days away. Members of Parliament rejected 4 Brexit plan alternatives yesterday. The option would have softened or stopped the UK's exit from the EU. Well, today, a bill was presented that, if signed into law, would require Prime Minister Theresa May to ask for an extension of the April 12th Brexit deadline. Of course, this comes as the EU's chief negotiator called Brexit a lose-lose situation. He said Britain's exit from the EU without a deal in place looks more likely by the day. CBS News foreign correspondent Mark Phillips joins us now from London. So, Mark, we've heard from Theresa May. She spoke just a short time ago. What does she have to say?
Well, in a saga with so many twists and turns, it's hard to keep up. There's been another one now. Theresa May gathered her cabinet today. It was billed originally as a 5-hour meeting. In fact, it went on for about 9 hours. And the one topic was what to do about the Brexit standoff. She emerged out of that meeting and made a short statement about 10 minutes or so ago, in which she said that she will now offer to sit down with the leader of the opposition party here, Jeremy Corbyn, the head of the Labour Party, and that between them, they will try to saw off some sort of an agreement to present to the EU running up to this deadline, which, of course, as you've just said, we're now rapidly approaching. Whether this amounts to anything is a matter of great speculation and great uncertainty here. Both Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn have very different views of the way that this Brexit story ought to unfold from here. The Labour Party is committed to ideas about Brexit that she has described as red lines that she will not cross. But she does now say that she's prepared to sit down and try to saw off something in the House of Commons here to try to present to Europe, as I say, as this deadline, as this country crashes toward the deadline. The default position right now, in the absence of any kind of a deal, is that that Britain would leave the EU without any kind of deal on April 12th, a so-called cliff edge or crash out kind of Brexit with untold economic consequences. Both sides, the EU and the UK, the EU says it's now preparing for just such an event. The UK seems desperate to avoid it, and the next 10 days or so will determine whether they will. It may well be that as we approach that deadline, the EU will seek yet another extension into May to try to work out the modalities of whatever the new deal might be, but right now there isn't one.
All right, the clock's still ticking. 10 days, as you said. Mark Phillips, thank you very much for joining us.